Hey guys, it's David from theunlocker.com. Today we're going to show you how to get set up for making Android apps. So the first thing is first, you need to get the setup tools in order to start making Android apps, so that's what we're going to show you in this procedure. There's three things that you basically need. You need the JDK, which is the Java Development Kit. Now Java is the coding language that Android uses for its apps, so obviously we need this to program in Java. The Android SDK, which is a software development kit. This allows us to use Android's files and systems, etc. when we write in Java. And then the last thing we need is the Eclipse IDE, which is an integrated development environment. What this does is basically just a program that kind of organizes all of our coding and stuff, keeps things much more organized, and makes things a lot easier for us. So let's get started. Okay, so before you begin, please read the computer requirements from Google. Your computer needs to be exceeding these requirements in order for the SDK and all this stuff to run properly. Otherwise, your computer's going to slow down real bad. It might freeze. You might lose 3 hours worth of coding. It's not fun. So click on the link here to be taken to that, and then you can check this out and make sure that your computer at least meets these. Next, a great optional tool to use is the Android App Inventor, which we covered a while back. Basically, click on this link here. It'll show you how to set up the Android App Inventor, and you'll see why it's a good tool to have. Basically, it's a nice user interface for making Android apps. The problem with it is that you can't actually produce an app that'll go into the market when you're done. It's meant as a learning tool more than an actual shortcut. But we can use it by creating Android apps in it, or at least certain parts of the Android app, and then copying the code and pasting it into Eclipse. And then this allows us to kind of shortcut some things and not have to type as many lines of code, which is always nice. So click on that link there, set that up if you want. Again, this is optional though, so it's really up to you. Okay, so first we're going to install the Java Development Kit. So you can click here to go to the page where you need to download it. And then under here, Java Platform JDK, we're going to click JDK. Then we're going to select our platform. So for me, I'm using Windows 64-bit. I agree, continue, and then we're going to click on this to download that. Save it to our computer and wait for that to download. Okay, so once that's done downloading, we can open it. Click Run. Next. Yep, just hit Next. And wait for it to install. Okay, next we need to install the Android SDK, so we're going to click here to download that. I'm using Windows. I'm going to use the zip one, not the exe, even though it is recommended. I prefer using this one. So download that and save it to your computer. Okay, now once that's downloaded, we're going to show in folder. We're going to right click it, extract all. Now we're going to browse where we want to extract it. We're going to go to computer, C drive, and hit OK. So now it'll just be C:/, alright? And then we're going to hit extract. Okay, and once that's done extracting, you should be able to go to C, and you'll see Android SDK Windows, and inside you'll see tools, add-ons, etc. Okay, now we're going to download ADB files from here. Save them somewhere. And then we're going to show in folder, we're going to extract all. You can extract them to here. It's easy. And then we're going to find the folder we just extracted. And we're going to take all of these files that are in here. Control C. Or here, we'll do this. Right click copy. And then we're going to C, Android SDK, Tools, and we're going to right click in here and paste those files. So now all those files are in there, and we can go to the next step. Okay, now you're going to go to the Android SDK folder, and we're going to double click the SDK manager.exe, hit run, click accept all, install, and wait for it to download and install all those files. It's going to take a while. Okay, next we're going to install Eclipse. So we're going to click here to download Eclipse. You're going to pick on the first one, well, at least the first one at the time we're writing this, but it's the Eclipse IDE for Java developers. We're going to download it for whatever you want. I'm going to do it for Windows 64-bit. Click on that, save that to my computer, and wait for that to download. Okay, once it's done downloading, we're going to show in folder, we're going to right click it, extract all, and we're going to extract it to my computer, C drive, program files, and click OK, and then extract. Okay, once it's done extracting, you should be able to go to C, program files, and you should see Eclipse there with all the files inside. Okay, now we're going to start Eclipse by double-clicking the eclipse.exe. Okay, and then you can just use whatever the default workspace that it wants you to use. And wait for it to start up. Okay, then once Eclipse opens, you're going to click on the arrow over here on the right to open the workbench. Then we're going to select Help, Install New Software. Click Add. And name we're going to put Android ADT. And location we're going to put https://com/android/eclipse/ and then we're going to click OK. And wait for it to find that. Okay, and that'll show developer tools here. We're going to check that box. Click Next. Click Next again. Click that you accept, and finish. Once it's done, it's going to ask you to restart now. Click Restart Now, and wait for it to restart Eclipse. Okay, once it restarts, you're going to go to Window, Preferences, click on Android, and then you're going to put your SDK location in here by clicking Browse, Computer, C, Android SDK Windows, click OK. So it should show up like that, and it should find all of these things inside. And then we're going to click OK. Okay, so after that, you're all set with setting up. I know it's a long procedure, but this is the only time you have to do it. You only have to do it once per computer that you want to use. And that's it. So now we get to do the fun stuff, which is creating the actual app. So head to the next post in this series, and we can get started.